see Bakes. Come on in. Come on
Hi.
in. The water is warm.
Hi.
What's happening? Okay, so for the people out there, please tell them your name, your position, and your Instagram handle if you want people following
Of course,
you.
yeah, sure. So my name's Emily Ann, but in lacrosse, my alter ego, it's EA.
Let's
so people like don't even know my real name at this point. It's
EA is in the building.
Yeah.
Cool.
My position is defense, as you can tell by the many bruises on my legs.
Yep. She's soaking up some shots.
A lot of shots. And my Instagram handle is EAM Byrne, and Byrne is BYRNE.
Got you.
The Irish spelling. Yeah.
Definitely give her a follow. Anybody who's going to see this, make sure you give her a follow because we're about to get crazy. I got about 30 questions. No, I'm kidding. I think everybody kind of knows me by now. Pretty chill. So, are you from Ireland?
I am, yeah. So I'm living in Dublin, and then I get to go down to Wicklow, which is the county just south of Dublin.
Awesome.
Almost every weekend to see my 2 dogs and see the family and stuff.
Let's go. You got dogs? What kind of dogs?
I have 2 huge Malamutes.
Okay.
So they're big and fluffy. They're great.
Okay, so I won't get emotional. Maybe I'll talk like this when we talk about her dogs. No, that's awesome. Okay, so your first time out here?
Out in Utica. So I was actually in Utica last year in September to play lacrosse.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. So we got a bunch of girls together to play that tournament as well.
Okay.
To make some new connections as well. Yeah.
Nice. So you got some experience.
Not all of the arenas were built. So we only played in Nexus 1, 2, and 3.
Gotcha.
So the big, new, impressive one, which is insane.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so cool.
It's pretty cool. All right, so you're here, you're with your team. The initial shock of, okay, we're playing some of the best people in the world, because look, I want you to consider yourselves some of the best people in the world because you're here at this tournament, right? Don't ever forget that you're some of the best people in the world that play this game. How do you feel like when you see... Do you watch any professional lacrosse? Any professional women's? Okay, so here we go.
I love the NLL.
Right.
Yeah.
So how do you feel when you see Dane Smith walking by or somebody walking past that plays in the NLL and you're just like, they're bigger than I thought they are. What are your feelings?
No, it's wild to in the real world, in real life, I'm an architect, I sit behind the desk and coming here and we're literally getting to compete against professional athletes.
Yep.
It's kind of insane, to be honest. And our coaches said something really nice today in the locker room, because we played the US today, and I never thought I'd ever get the chance to play a team like the US.
Yeah.
And Coach Joe, he was saying, everyone knows, the names,
Charlotte North.
Charlotte North, of course, but he was saying, but tomorrow they might know your name as the girl who, got that pass or laid someone out or got a goal or whatever. So it's kind of wild to be in the same arena.
Nice. No, the moments are what makes sports special, right? You get out there and there's 1 minute, everybody's just running up and down, and then you guys had a big hit off of, I believe, it was US Clear.
Yeah, that was Julia.
Completely mopped somebody up, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, that
was my captain.
Look, these are the moments that make things or that build that emotion for you guys as you're playing. You see something like that. How much did it hype your team up? Because I saw the bench.
We lost our minds. We lost because it was so close to us as well.
Yep.
So it was it was big.
No, I love it. You guys had some really big moments in the game, and look, it looks like you guys are learning the game correctly from people who know what they're doing. We can tell it in all of your motions and what you guys are doing. When you're running your sets, you're running your O, your defense is packed in, you guys aren't spread out wide, you guys are communicating really well. Yeah. I think those are a lot of awesome parts of the game. So if you had to go back to game 1.
Against Germany, oh man.
And do it all over again.
Yeah.
Game 1. Tell me one thing you would have changed from your perspective in the game that you're like, I could have changed this and it could have had an outcome. Yeah, or I mean, even if you had to communicate with somebody who's on your team, hey, maybe this might work, or maybe we're doing too much of this and we need to kind of tell me, what do you think it would be?
So the first answer, so me personally, I'd soak more shots, obviously.
Yeah.
And then second part, I think it was our first game. Everyone was, we just arrived, everything was kind of reeling, and if we could play that game tomorrow, it would have been more about keeping our composure, keeping our cool, keeping our heads. I think it's also that game was in the big arena as well.
Oh yeah.
So it was a bit intimidating, but it was a great game. Yeah. Hopefully we get to play them again. We'll see.
Fingers crossed. No, that emotion that comes with playing in these big games and having it be your first game. I've seen that a lot with a lot of the teams that have come. I was watching Team Puerto Rico. One of my friends plays over there. He's the captain. And kind of watching them, they were very energetic. They came out very high. Yeah. And you see like some of these teams who've been here, like Australia and the different teams, they come in and they're not too high, they're not too low. They're at the perfect status.
And they can maintain it and keep it smooth, as opposed to coming out really hard and a bit of a drop, and you have to claw your way back. And
there you go. Yeah. So that comes with experience. So I think you guys are right there, and you're getting the perfect experience so that the next time this happens, you come out and you guys know we're not going to be too high, we're not going to be too low, we're going to be right in the middle, and we're going to go after it. So another thing, talk to me about your coaches. Tell me something influential that you've learned from them already on this trip, because I mean, as you come and you're a new team, there's a lot of coaching, there's a lot that they're throwing at you. What's really sticking with you guys?
What's really sticking? I think the biggest thing, so first off, they're an incredible staff. Yeah. And they're giving us so much information. We're learning everything so quickly, but they're so good at breaking it down and simplifying it for us, so that rather than like getting 10 things in one take, you break and you give us 3 little things, and then that's also helping us with our communication to other people on the bench. Nice. So that we can pass it on and keep everything rolling, but not overwhelm everyone.
I love it. Keeping it simple so they don't overload you guys.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I hate when somebody comes out and the coach is like, I got 50 things to talk about today.
I can take 5, that's it.
One thing is going to stick, coach. You tell me the most important thing, and I'm going to go after that, and we're going to try to make it happen. Let's see, what else? So you said you're an architect outside of lacrosse.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How did you get into being an architect? I mean, I know you have to go to school for it, but was this your passion, or was it something that kind of fell in your lap that you're like, oh, it's a family thing? What is it?
Yeah, a little bit. So a good number of people in my family, they're in, various types of construction or development. And then as a kid, I always, loved drawing houses and being brought out to houses and hotels and sites. And our houses were always kind of building sites anyway, always having something done. And then for a few years, I got mad into debating, and I wanted to be a lawyer, of course. A very argumentative 15, 16-year-old.
I love it.
Yeah. And then, so the way the Irish exam system works, it's very different. So we just take all of our state exams, and then you submit 10 subjects that you want to do at college, and you find out if you pass it and you get it, or you don't. That's it.
Oh, wow.
And I was going to do law, switched to architecture the last second, and it worked out, and it's great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But this is a really nice escape to have from that.
You're not behind your desk. I feel the same way. I sit behind
a desk all day long too. And also just the friendships that you build, especially like this is a long tournament, but usually they're just a long weekend.
Right.
And you may not see people for 6 months in between, but you form such close friendships.
Absolutely.
It's really special. That's really, really special.
Awesome. Okay, so I will tell everybody who's in the chat and people who are going to look later. I have a secret. I have a tattoo.
Okay.
And it's in Gaelic.
Really?
Yes. And it says Fierna. It's on my shoulder. We'll talk about it later. Okay. I just wanted you guys to know that I support Ireland with my tattoo.
Okay, so you're totally not biased then.
No, not in the least bit. Look, I know it's been a long night for you guys. Difficult game. You guys all have the best attitude. Singing at the end was bomb. I almost cried. This is literally the second time that you guys got me.
Oh, I do cry.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm just going to take the video. Keep my eyes closed. No, that was awesome. So, look, I really appreciate you coming and talking with me.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Take it easy. Everybody, make sure you follow her. Cool.